Hello everyone, Dylan here from the Silbernagel real estate team. I have 4 news items from this week that I want to talk about regarding the real estate market. And so I'm going to jump right in, but the first one is going to be comments from the Director of Market Analysis for the Toronto Real Estate Board. The second one is going to be housing affordability in Toronto. The third one is the luxury home market in Toronto. And the fourth one is Toronto's housing market being sold as commodities. So let's jump right into that first story. All right, the first news item on the list are comments from Jason Mercer, who is Trebs' Director of Market Analysis. And the reason that I wanted to bring these to light is because, as you may know, the Toronto Real Estate Board released their numbers for March. And all the headlines in the news are, of course, how much sales are down and how much the detached housing market is taking a hit. And Treb always does that comparison year over year, but because of last year's numbers, I think it's much smarter to do month to month to get an idea of where we're going, like we did in our video, and his comments kind of address that as well, so let's take a quick look. Right now, when we are comparing home prices, we are comparing 2 starkly different periods of time. Last year, when we had less than a month of inventory, versus this year with inventory levels ranging between 2 and 3 months. It makes sense that we haven't seen prices climb back to last year's peak. However, in the second half of the year, expect to see the annual rate of price growth improve compared to Q1, as sales increase relative to the below average level of listings. Okay, the next item on the list is housing affordability in Toronto. This is still very much a big issue that we're going to have to deal with over time. And so as we know, there has been an adjustment in a lot of the prices in the city and around the GTA in general. And so that would make sense that affordability would be better than it's been in previous years. However, I think this is just a short-lived moment, as prices are going to continue to go up, not at the same rate we saw before, much more moderately, but nonetheless go up, and we have now seen 2 interest rate hikes. This quote comes from Craig Wright, Senior Vice President and Chief Economist at RBC. "We expect the relief to Toronto ownership costs that ensued from the introduction of Ontario's Fair Housing Plan to be short-lived. Our view is that Toronto prices will bottom out sometime this spring, then we expect further interest rate hikes through the remainder of this year, which has the potential to stress housing affordability markedly in Canada." Along with the other housing numbers released this week, we got a good look at Toronto's luxury market, where we have seen another hit as well, and we're going to jump right into a quote here from Bloomberg. "Detached home sales, which generally represent the highest price points in a given area, declined much more than other home types. In addition, the share of high-end detached homes selling for over $2 million in March 2018 was half of what it was reported in March 2017, further impacting the average selling price." This video has already run longer than I expected it to, so for our final article, I'm going to leave you with the link in the YouTube description down below so you can read it for yourself. Essentially, there is a Chinese real estate portal that has made a deal with JD.com, which is kind of the Chinese version of Amazon, to start posting more Canadian housing for sale. So it's definitely worth a read. I suggest you go check it out. Along with that link, the rest of the links in the YouTube video will be for the articles of which I discussed. And until next time, I'm Dylan saying see the Silbernagels for all your real estate needs.